Alright guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm answering a question that a lot of people actually do want to know. And it is a pretty legitimate question. And that question is, what is it like actually owning a massive holiday display? Whether it be Christmas or Halloween, I do both, so I can legitimately answer both. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the positives and the negatives associated with owning a massive display. So first things first, we're going to take a walk through and show you guys everything that's here, just so that way everybody understands. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and share this with your friends if they love Halloween. And again, I do Christmas, so if they like Christmas, then send them my way. But anyway, right here we have the Dark Angel display from Home Depot. You should be going off. Turn them on, will you? It's literally right there. Yep. There we go. So this is the Dark Angel display. And right there back towards the house, you can see we've got one of the Home Depot 12-foot skeletons with the life eyes. Not something you see every day in a display. A hearse and a casket, which features our Inferno Reaper, which is a Home Depot guy here, which his cape is kind of covering his sensor there. Now, while we're here at the driveway, I will say I had to chain this, which is, you would think kind of stupid, senseless waste of money. But sadly, people actually do try to get right here and actually try to climb in the back of the hearse and be behind the casket. Parents allow their kids to do this. I don't know why. So we've had to chain this. So that's a good tidbit of issues that you run into with having a big display. Everybody wants to come in your yard. FedEx, Amazon, UPS, they will literally try to walk through this stuff. So I literally initially had to make a barrier to stop delivery drivers from coming up here. Initially they could have used the driveway. I mean, you could still step over this. This is low. Like, it's a foot high. You could step over that. Not entirely a big deal whatsoever. But deliveries and things like that still tend to be quite a bit of a pain in the ass. But lately they've actually used the driveway, which is pretty convenient. And then if we go over this way, you guys will see that we have our cemetery set up, which we have some Home Depot metal tombstones here which spike into the ground, so that way they can kind of sit off-centered. I initially knew I had these two pieces here, so we made the cemetery relatively small because I wasn't expecting to have so much inside of it. So what I thought was cool is having these two pieces here, because they stake into the ground, actually hanging off the side. Because if you guys go to a cemetery, you know yourself already, there are some tombstones that kind of tilt and things like that. We have a little bit of high grass, which, yeah, forget about mowing your lawn when you do this. That's impossible. But it does kind of make for a little bit of an abandoned look. I do keep up with it the best that I can. But like I said, as far as like an abandoned cemetery kind of look, it's definitely got that feel and look to it, which is also then again why we put the hearse right over here, so it's right there and close by. In the back, you can see plenty of inflatables. We've got 3.5 footers all the way up to 20 footers, and there's a ton of them. there's a lot of inflatables. Inflatables have always been my favorite thing. This year I've actually steered more towards the animatronics, which is kind of a new realm for me. Right here you'll be able to see the Pennywise in the Public Works. But see, just like everything else, you have to worry all the time. So these animatronics are right here on the front line, and I always have to worry because somebody could easily come over and try to forcefully shut the lid. I've already had it where some people have actually shaken Pennywise's hand, which, you know, you might think is innocent and cute and all, but I mean, these things are fragile. They're definitely not made too well. I mean, just for giggles here, you guys can see how flimsy this is. Like, this is made like crap. Imagine like a 4th of July or a New Year's hat, rather. That's basically what these are made out of. It's completely insane. This guy at night, I do have him hooked up with fog. And then here's our Pennywise, which sometimes you're lucky, and because of the heat, the balloon will pop in your face, and that's kind of like an extra experience. Right here we have the 12-foot Inferno pumpkin skeleton from Home Depot, new this year, 2021. Definitely an amazing, cool piece, and I'm very lucky to even have it. Right there is our Pumpkinhead skeleton from Home Depot. And just to point out, we have the Lowe's 18-foot Jack and Finkelstein. Those are the rare items over at Lowe's, so we do have those. Lowe's usually drops the ball with Halloween, but those were two things that they came out with that were relatively cool. Our Home Depot Cobra Snake. And right here is Jack and Sally from Home Depot. And there is another 12-foot skeleton. Right here you can see the pumpkins. We've got Grimm here, which is Spirit Halloween's animatronic. And there's FedEx, but they're not stopping at my house, which would be nice if they did. Yep, they're not. Get back here, FedEx. Right over here, we've got the 8-foot talking skeleton. This is from Best Buy. So he's basically like the 12-foot skeleton, except he is 8 foot and he talks. Trying to get his sensor to go off. There we go. So he is definitely a cool piece. Still does not compare. Even Grimm right there does not compare to the colossal 12-foot skeletons. That's just something that will never be able to be touched. Up here we've got in the corner our inflatable that says tricks or treats this way, as well as our skeletons just kind of hanging out here. And right over here we've got the Headless Horseman animatronic, which is actually built very well, considering it's cheap.
What was taken from me. And oh yes, I will find it. I've got plenty of time.
So, down to the initial question, what is it like owning a display like this? You guys have seen everything that's in the yard right now, and I will tell you, seeing the joy that it brings to people's faces is completely amazing. I have people stopping all hours of the day. Now this display is only up on weekends, just to clarify that. Only up on weekends, weather permitting. All the animatronics come in at night. They do not stay outside, so please do not comment and ask me, because then I know you skipped through the video and you didn't even watch it. So if anybody does leave a comment like that, go ahead and roast them. Feel free to. But all the animatronics come in at night, so this takes about 2 hours to set up in the morning. So I'll come out here Saturday and Sunday morning, spend 2 hours setting all this up. And then at night, it's dark, which sucks even more. And I have to take everything down, but it takes about an hour and a half. So it's like a half-hour difference taking it down. It is a little bit quicker taking it down. People love it. People hate it. Not much, I can really say on that, aside from the fact that, people are going to have their opinions. They're either going to like it or they're not going to like it. Some neighbors like it, some neighbors don't. But my biggest issue this year is that I had a neighbor actually go to the borough and say that this was a year-round Halloween haunted house, basically saying that this was up 24/7 every day, and I was charging admission to come onto the property. Now, you guys can see clear as day, I do not want anybody on the property whatsoever. So this person made a complete fib and brought some, heated hot water to my direction, which had to be dealt with. So in a situation like that, you want to make sure that everything you're doing is legal. So like my main thing is I made sure that there's nothing on the road here. Even the hearse is in the driveway. So there's literally nothing on the road. Everything is in, the property line here. So, that was step number one, which was kind of a given. I kind of knew better than to try to put anything in the street, so this really wasn't an issue. The only thing I ran into a problem with this year is the fact that the 20-foot inflatables, apparently we have an ordinance here that nothing can be over 15 feet in the yard. So I had to pay a fine for the inflatables that are over 15 feet. Because again, nothing can be 15 feet or higher in your yard. So that's taken care of. And it's actually, well, I shouldn't say it's like a fine. It's more of a like a zoning, like a permit. So for $30, it'll cover me from September till the end of December. So I don't care, whatever. So at this point, if anybody tries to complain about the display, there's nothing anybody can do. Everything is completely legal. But these are some of the headaches that you go through with being a extreme display owner. Aside from the fact that this was also very expensive to put together. I would estimate that this display cost me around $10,000 to do. So, I mean, just let that sink in real quick. How much money that is that's actually tied up into this. So, naturally we have the donation signs, which are okay. There's not a problem with that. But there's by no way that I would ever be able to make a profit off of this. Doing something like this is not something that would be profitable. But at least trying to help with the electric bill is one thing that's, definitely important. So it's got its headaches. It has its headaches. It has its drawbacks. But overall, it's really fun. Now we've got the cemetery going here. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. Do I enjoy setting it up every morning on the weekend? No. I dread coming out here and doing it because it's just so much. Do I enjoy putting it away at night? No. But during the day, I enjoy it. Now, I do work during the week, and on the weekend when I have this up, I'm out here all day with it, which is kind of tedious. And I'll be honest, at this point, it feels like it's more work than anything. And a part of me can't wait to not have to do this anymore. However, I will be depressed at the same time, when I gotta wait months to be able to do it again. So it's just one of those things that it takes so much work and requires so much effort to do this. But at the end of the day, I would say it's worth it. It's enjoyable. The biggest things are you just need to really make sure for, you know, your township's ordinances, how your neighbors are going to feel about things, and so on and so forth. You know, that's really all it comes down to. I mean, I can't ever really say there's anything bad. I enjoy it. But definitely does have its headaches. Now, if there's any other questions that you guys have, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will answer any of those questions that you have. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, again, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and share it with anybody who loves holiday decorating. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
The apocalypse.